Hello, Toon Universe devs. Me, your guy. And anyways, here are my awesome Toon Universe suggestions. Because making a video takes a while. I made one. It got like 30 views. I have a feeling that you didn't see it. So I'm just gonna make quick ones, and I have way too many ideas. So editing them to like a full video would just take way too damn long. But anyway, I'm not gonna waste your time. uh Part one, we're gonna go not it says character dialogue, but like it's all just about like characters in general, from an aesthetics wise. So yeah, they're factory made, they're like built in a lab and stuff. And judging from all the posters on the walls, they're definitely made to be presentable and marketable, and have like those qualities, those characteristics that children can look up to and take example from. But I have a feeling that you're aiming for more humane feeling characters, not like robots and stuff. People that feel like people, basically. But the agents don't react appropriately to their environment and situation, and I'll explain why in this panel here, and also I'll go over some suggestions later. So, the current agent dialogue just feels very robotic and lifeless. Okay, Weffel, I'm sure you know Weffel. Weffel is just all about baking. Like I haven't seen like a single piece of dialogue from her that wasn't involved about baking. Like she could just be talking randomly to like Discard or something, and like, oh Discard, how's that party going? And Discard's like, yeah, it's going great. And then just baking had to be involved. And like, yes, she's a baker, but should also be a lot more things other than a baker. Because if she's just a guy, if she's just the squirrel, the fat squirrel who bakes stuff, then that's all people are gonna perceive her as. They're not gonna perceive her as like more of a person, and because she's not written like a person, she's written like a one note, one dimensional character, no other qualities, no other things really. Baking's the only thing she has, and that doesn't feel like a very human, very oh sh okay, I'm back. So right now you might be asking yourself, well, what about games like Team Fortress 2, where they're all just like a flavor of insane mercenary? Well, for me, I think that the emotional changes that happen there. The medic isn't just like a crazy doctor. He's also, you know, variations of crazy doctor. He sold his soul to devil. He sold other people's souls to the devil. He's what is he like experimenting on not only his own teammates, but like what is it? Other people too. He just has no care for life, even though he does have some like some camaraderie. And also, what is it? Oh yeah, like in the game itself, they feel more than one emotion. Their voice lines, they can feel panic. They get mad at their teammates. They get like supportive for their teammates. Um, with like the thank you voice lines and the push it the cart voice lines, which usually on all characters are usually like telling everyone else they're getting mad, telling them to push the cart. Um, in Toon Universe, characters like Tipo, it's always just positive, 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 and well, like considering the context of being in this facility, this science lab or whatever, um, where I don't know, it's just like so much danger. It's basically abandoned. It's yada yada. So like they should maybe feel some panic, some some other emotion than what they were designed to feel when probably when they were made, because they're on the posters, they're clearly marketed towards children. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. And also the few dialogue and voice lines that there are, like some characters, some conversations between characters only have like one conversation between them, so you're just getting that over and over and over again, and it can get really stale and stuff. uh also, the timing and pacing of conversations is unnatural. in Dandy's world, there was like a 1 second pause between, like, sorry, there was like some pause, like a one or two or whatever seconds between like the dialogue boxes and texts of two tunes, between two tunes. But you had to read the dialogue there, and but here, you really don't have to. Hold on, let me just check something. Okay, good. Here you don't have to because it's voice acted, you know. So you should like I'll get to that in a minute. And also, you constantly interact with the agents, yourself and others. You're constantly perceiving them. You're hearing their voice lines. You're watching them move and speak. So you should invest into the believability and quality of these interactions and whatnot. So how do we improve it? Well, here's like four aspects that I have suggestions for improvements. Number one being dialogue, two, physical, three, voice, and four, I didn't know where to put these. Anyway, number one being dialogue. So, you should show more aspects and characteristics of agents. One example of dialogue that I've seen so far is between Fantasia and Frizzle's the "we may be small" interaction, where Fantasia says like, "We may be small, but we're fast," and Frizzle makes the frizzle noise, and this interaction showcases a slight worry and like empathy. Oh wait, nope, I didn't skip that yet, dude. God damn it, go back. What the hell? So there's a slight worry and slight like empathy because Fantasia is worrying about Frizzle, right? In the the third dialogue there, and also it shows cases some nervousness, some like slight fear of their predicament, and also that perhaps they were like looked down upon because of the "we may be small" thing, you know. And also add more dialogue options. In Left 4 Dead 2, which I recently played, there were like multiple options for dialogue, but also they were several cut pieces and then stitched together. So it added more variations to dialogue, even if it's just like small ones, like where like one piece of speech from a character is like cut. Sorry, it's like changed interchangeably between like several options, even if it's like overall the same piece of dialogue. They cut out one piece of that dialogue, slip in another newer other one, just to add more variation. Players are playing over and over again, so creating more variation for dialogue will help it feel less stale. And also adjust the time between each agent's dialogue to be more natural. Make it paced like a normal conversation that you would in real life. People don't wait like a second or like 2 seconds for the other person to finish talking, usually anyway. And also multi-agent conversations. If there's like conversations where like it involves three agents basically, and I don't think you can slip in like another agent into the dialogue, the already existing dialogue, because it might feel forced in. So you're just gonna have to. No, I did not do that. Nope. Go back. There we go. Let me just Yep. All right, there we go. And yeah, multi-agent conversations and more appropriate dialogue for a not cute game. More appropriate dialogue for a not cute game. I've asked this in the questions and answers channel in Discord. A game is apparently supposed to be looks cute but isn't cute, and I'm assuming that it isn't cute in every other aspect. I'll touch up on like the horror feel, more in depth, maybe in a future slideshow or something. But right now I'm gonna talk about the agents here. The agents, they don't showcase any even the slightest amount of like panic for the sheer horribleness of the situation they are in, where they're it's like actual life and death, and they're just like they just don't seem to like not it's not that they don't seem to care. Most times they don't even seem to notice. The Fantasia and Frizzle's dialogue that I talked about, that was the one place where they showed like a literal child and this dinosaur lizard thing showed some semblance of, oh, I actually understand the situation I am in, and even if they may be like very confident or cool, or you know keep a cool head, they should still like feel a little bit of fear and stuff, because apparently it's supposed to be a not cute game, and just being always whatever personality they may be, no matter the context, is really doesn't just give it just doesn't give that feeling. Dialogue can be used to give hints, like example in Left 4 Dead 2 I just played. Whenever you go like nearby a witch or something, then all the other characters or yourself are gonna say, "Witch, turn your flashlight off. Be quiet and stuff." They give a call out, and they also make the what is it? They advise you, like the players and whatever other players, to turn their flashlight off, be a little more sneaky, or if it's like a tank, everyone just says shoot the damn tank, cause you gotta shoot the damn tank, and yeah, the dialogue can be used to give hints within the game. Let me just move this. Right, push that back. Okay, okay. Number two, physical, being that agents should react to their environment, like if they're being chased, if it's dark, if it's like yada yada. Lowered health, for example, low stamina, stuff like that. I should take this slideshow. Let me just stop getting off topic. Lowered health should change their animations and facial expressions, like the mouth and eye. You maybe like make the mouth and eye separate images, and you can change like the mouth depending on speech, like an open mouth while talking, for example. And you can add blinks. I don't know, there already are blinks, but just add blinks. You can add more motions, like maybe like a frown, like a frown, or like I don't know, those frown eyes, or maybe if they're in a chase, maybe they get more like a more panicked face or whatever. Also, left and right looking eyes, they should add eyes that look to the left and to the right, and mix them up with the eyes that look straight ahead, and those eyes will follow targets of interest. Like if you're talking to someone, your eyes, like you move your what is it? When an agent is talking with someone, their eyes face towards that agent as much as they can. They could use this with something like more 3D. I don't know how to like optimize or stuff like that. So you know. Anyway, posture changes. Posture and animation changes depending on your status. If you're like tired, if you're low in stamina, you're maybe like your posture, like the posture like or animation of an agent makes them look more like exhausted. Basically, makes them run more exhausted. Or maybe if their sanity is lower, it changes it stuff. And also more animations for idols. The reason I say idols specifically and not walks and runs is because when you're idle, you're completely like standing still, and that makes you direct more. It gives you more time to pay attention to your agent, and so you should add more animations to the idol specifically, because to use as little resources as possible, and pay more attention to the part where people are paying more attention and can notice these animations for the idols more. So like maybe Fantasia can like scratch her head or something. And also leaning into walks and runs. Tropical Land did this. I think you should do this. Yeah. There he goes. Number 3, voice. You should agents should like react to the environment, like being spotted, or maybe they're doing a machine, like being spotted. Maybe it makes them do like a quick, makes them like get a bit spooked depending on the agent itself. Maybe something like GNR would be like uh less good at surviving, so maybe they should react more strongly. Like doing a machine, just maybe like discard humming while on a machine. Whenever they use an item, a voice line plays. Like if they use a med kit, maybe they do some like, "Oh man, that med kit hit the spot right, man," or they use one of Waffle's waffles. They're like, "Oh yeah, that waffle hit the spot right, man," and stuff like that. Anyway, voice line changes depending on health, sanity, stamina. I'm pretty sure I already talked about this. Hey, no, come back. There we go. Being spotted while on empty sanity will make an agent far more like panicked or nervous depending on their speed. If it's something like a distractor like Fantasia or Frizzle, I'm sure they wouldn't be so worried. So you should probably make them like less nervous, or maybe not nervous at all. Like requesting a heal while on low on health will change the voice line to make them feel more like appear more scared or nervous or whatever, depending on the character, of course, because different characters would have different reactions because they have like different personalities and whatnot. Also, here's like a little tip I gave. Try recording voice lines together, like with the voice actor. So if there's like voice lines between Frizzle and Fantasia, or Weffel and Nimbus, record those, get those two voice actors in like the same call or something. Make them be able to hear each other so that it helps their voice lines become more like natural, because they're gonna have a much easier time doing it. And also, voice line to play automatically at certain events, like the doing a machine one, except like when all the machines are completed, they say something maybe, or when they get healed by a teammate, like I suggested in the video, or maybe if they're working on a machine. I put these twice. What the heck? Anyway, acting that fits the mood. I already talked about this. Characters can't always be happy, because then they feel more robotic. Humans beings have like different facets. They're not one note. They get scared. They get fearless. They're pissed their pants. They get very excited. Characters can't always be a certain thing, and they're not always two certain things on like extremes. They're different things at different like levels, at different intensities. And alright, let's just move on. There you go. And I didn't know where to put these. Dialogue between the agent and Chekhov for more dialogue. Seems like pretty a little strange that the agent wouldn't talk at all to Chekhov. I hope I put that name right. And also lore reveals and stuff, like the one between Copper and Weffel. Well, where Copper is like man, these are the best waffles known to and then she just said like to and not to mankind, which has a little bit of a lore reveal. But anyway, that's the end of the slideshow. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.